Let us not be derelict.
But the Pharisees said, He casteth out devils through the prince of the devils. And Jesus went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. But when he saw the multitude, he was moved with compassion on them, because they fainted and were scattered abroad, as sheep having no shepherd. Then said he unto his disciples, The harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. Matthew chapter 9, verses 34 through 38, KJV.
Derelict. The Cambridge Dictionary defines it as the failing to do what you should do. Along the same lines, when you are said to be derelict in your duties, that means you have failed in doing what you have been commissioned to do. So let's place a pin right here, because we're going to come back to this later. Now, let's go to Mark chapter 16. Mark chapter 16, verses 9 through 15. Now, when Jesus was risen early the first day of the week, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene, out of whom he had cast 7 devils. And she went and told them that had been with him, as they mourned and wept. And they, when they had heard that he was alive and had been seen of her, believed not. After that he appeared in another form unto 2 of them, as they walked and went into the country. And they went and told it unto the residue. Neither believed they them. Afterward he appeared unto the 11, as they sat at meat, and upbraided them with their unbelief and hardness of heart, because they believed not them which had seen him after he was risen. And he said unto them,
Go ye into all the world, and preach the gospel to every creature.
Now, here is where we stick the second pin. So what is my point? Well, in this season or phase of my walk with God, I have noticed how my attitudes toward people concerning the gospel has been more pit bull-like in nature, meaning when a pit bull is doing their father's business, it's best to let him or her go their way. But some, when they see the light on said pit bull and their determination, these people tend to forget the teeth this pit bull has and the power they hold in their mouth. In other words, you have heard the gospel, you have heard the truth, but yet you still do not understand. You still don't want to listen. You still don't perceive, and you still don't want to heed. People, we must understand that when you have elevated in the Spirit our Father has put in us, that light is going to draw attention. It's meant to, just as with Jesus. Some of that attention will be for bad and some will be for good, but the intention will increase, again, as with Jesus. This means that some will just look and observe, but others will want to engage. So let's say someone comes to you and begins to engage with you concerning the things of God. For example, in the case of Naaman, he came to the prophet of God in his time of great need, seeking his help. 2 Kings chapter 5, verses 8 through 10. And it was so when Elisha, the man of God, had heard that the king of Israel had rent his clothes, that he sent to the king, saying, Wherefore hast thou rent thy clothes? Let him come now to me, and he shall know that there is a prophet in Israel. So Naaman came with his horses and with his chariots, and stood at the door of the house of Elisha. And Elisha sent a messenger unto him, saying, Go and wash in Jordan 7 times, and thy flesh shall come again to thee, and thou shalt be clean. Others of the Sadducee and Pharisees' persuasion will come to test you and deride you again, as they did many times before with Jesus. Matthew chapter 9, verses 10 through 15. And it came to pass, as Jesus sat in meat in the house, behold, many publicans and sinners came and sat down with him and his disciples. And when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto his disciples, Why eateth your master with publicans and sinners? But when Jesus heard that, he said unto them,
They that be whole need not a physician, but they that are sick. But go ye and learn what that meaneth. I will have mercy and not sacrifice, for I am not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance.
Some may come like Nicodemus, out of curiosity and seeking earnestly. John chapter 3, verses 1 through 4. There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. The same came to Jesus by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher come from God, for no man can do these miracles that thou doest except God be with him. Jesus answered and said unto him,
Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God.
Nicodemus saith unto him, How can a man be born when he is old? Can he enter the second time into his mother's womb and be born? Then there is the group that consists of those that are lost. Yes, they've heard about the gospel. They may even go to some sort of worship, but because they never truly saw the word operate in its fullness, they remain empty, lacking, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. But as with the woman at the well, one moment with Jesus, the light of the world, she was converted, and she too being a fisher of men, having had 5 husbands. Jesus was equipping her, like Peter, to become a fisher of a different kind, instead drawing men unto him. John chapter 4, verses 25 through 30. The woman saith unto him, I know that Messiah cometh, which is called Christ. When he is come, he will tell us all things. Jesus saith unto her,
I that speaketh unto thee am he.
And upon this came his disciples and marveled that he talked with the woman. Yet no man said, What seekest thou? Or why talkest thou with her? The woman then left her water pot and went her way into the city and saith to the men, Come, see a man which told me all things that I ever did. Is not this the Christ? Then they went out of the city and came unto him. Let us not forget the ones that have no interest in what you preach, have no intention of helping you in your mission to do the work of the Lord. They only come to make sure you never get to fulfill your calling. Those that come to kill it, steal it, and destroy it. Did somebody say Sanballat and Tobiah? You must know you are not truly doing your Father's business if you don't have at least a pair of these in hot pursuit. God only knows. Nehemiah chapter 4, verses 4 through 8. Hear, O our God, for we are despised, and turn their reproach upon their own head, and give them for a prey in the land of captivity, and cover not their iniquity, and let not their sin be blotted out from before thee. For they have provoked thee to anger before the builders. So built we the wall, and all the wall was joined together into the half thereof, for the people had a mind to work. But it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabians and the Ammonites and the Ashdodites heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up, and that the breaches began to be stopped, then they were very wroth, and conspired all of them together to come and to fight against Jerusalem and to hinder it. I have also contended with this bunch, those that see what you're doing and want to hitch their wagon to you. Keep in mind, they don't like you, they don't care about you or are willing to help you, but will do what they must, even use deceit and trickery to get in on what you've got. Joshua chapter 9, verses 3 through 10. And when the inhabitants of Gibeon heard what Joshua had done unto Jericho and to Ai, they did work willily, and went and made as if they had been ambassadors, and took old sacks upon their asses, and wine bottles, old and rent, and bound up, and old shoes, and clotted upon their feet, and old garments upon them, and all the bread of their provision was dry and moldy. And they went to Joshua unto the camp of Gilgal, and said unto him and to the men of Israel, We be come from a far country, now therefore make ye a league with us. And the men of Israel said unto the Hivites, Peradventure, ye dwell among us, and how shall we make a league with you? And they said unto Joshua, We are thy servants. And Joshua said unto them, Who are ye? And from whence come ye? And they said unto him, From a very far country thy servants are come because of the name of the Lord thy God. For we have heard the fame of him, and all that he did in Egypt, and all that he did to the two kings of the Ammonites that were beyond Jordan, to Sihon king of Heshbon, and to Og king of Bashan, which was at Ashtaroth. Wherefore our elders and all the inhabitants of our country spake to us, saying, Take victuals with you for the journey, and go to meet them, and say unto them, We are your servants. Therefore now make ye a league with us. See how people are? But be that as it may, we must understand that we have a job to do. It is outlined in the Bible time and time again. Jesus came to show us the way it is to be done. He left us his disciples, prophets, his written word, and the Holy Spirit and godly examples. While there are a number of instances in the book, I have highlighted just a few to demonstrate how those commissioned by God continued on in their assignments despite the hardships and challenges they faced. As we read in Matthew chapter 9, with the religious leaders on his heels accusing him, the Son of God, of doing his good works via the power of the devil, when, as Nicodemus stated, they knew who Jesus was because he admitted that no one could do what he did lest God be with them. But due to their jealousy and the thirst for the people's worship, the devil rather die and go to hell than submit to Jesus. Oh well, be it unto you as you wish. But Jesus kept his eyes on the mission, seeking and saving the lost. In the 16th chapter of Mark, we read how Jesus had been dead and resurrected but for a hot minute before he was back on his job. But where were the disciples? Messing about and walking in unbelief and hardened hearts, after all they had seen and heard. But Jesus was not deterred. He came back personally to remind them, get back on your job. 2 Kings, Elijah heard of Naaman's predicament. So he sent for Naaman, and when he came, he had a solution to his issue. But yet, what solutions are we giving? Are we shining our light so that others can see our good work and glorify our Father which is in heaven? No, but yet I hear all of this mess about I'm chosen. Many are called, but few are chosen. Yes, but chosen for what? To do what? To collect tithes and offerings? Have people send you their money, looking down on people, using the word for financial gain, and having no compassion for those sheep without shepherds? No, just bring all thy tithes into your house and first fruit. Look chosen. John chapter 15, verse 16.
Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you, that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you.
In other words, God is saying, you do what I told you to do, and I will give unto you. Not looking to man to do anything. The meat he's looking for are his people. The first fruit Father is speaking of are the souls. He said, pray for laborers to be sent into the harvest because his people are perishing. I was perishing, but thank God Jesus wept for me. God doesn't mean for you to sit with publicans and sinners to be one of them, to act as they act, to live as if you are still of the world, still walking in that Egypt mindset. No, he pulled you out so that they can be like you, that you all be like Jesus. So at the end, he can look at all of us and then say, well done. Matthew chapter 25, verse 23.
His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord.
But there they go, boasting. I am chosen of God. Using this as a distinction to place themselves higher than they ought to. Sitting at a table they don't belong into a place they were never called. Luke chapter 14, verses 6 through 11. And they could not answer him again to these things. And he put forth a parable to those which were bidden. When he marked how they chose out the chief room, saying unto them,
When thou art bidden of any man to a wedding, sit not down in the highest room, lest a more honorable man than thou be bidden of him. And he that bade thee and him come and say to thee, Give this man place, and thou begin with shame to take the lowest room. But when thou art bidden, go and sit down in the lowest room, that when he that bade thee cometh, he may say unto thee, Friend, go up higher. then shalt thou have worship in the presence of them that sit and meat with thee. For whosoever exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted.
They have not a true understanding of what it means to be chosen. To be chosen is have a responsibility and a duty to feed the sheep. The real chosen, which are called children of God, the sons of God, are somewhere in training, according to what commission we have been called. We are somewhere studying to show ourselves approved, supping with Jesus, having our minds conformed with open face, beholding as in a glass the glory of the Lord, are changed into the same image from glory to glory, even as by the Spirit of the Lord. The true chosen have scars from which by these things we gain wisdom, and by this come solutions. Then shall this bring the good works, and then shall God get the glory. Other of us, like sheep, will no shepherd, will be tossed to and fro by every wind of doctrine, trying to live off the glory of the work that others have put in, and the honest relationship they have built with Christ, like the sons of Sceva. These will find their works burned up. 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verses 9 through 14. For we are laborers together with God. Ye are God's husbandry. Ye are God's building. According to the grace of God which is given unto me as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation, and another buildeth thereon. But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereon. For other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Jesus Christ. Now, if any man builds upon this foundation gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. If any man's work abide which he hath built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. If any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, yet so as by fire. So in the final analysis, we should not forget this one thing. It is only by suffering, as Christ suffered, shall we be seen as and called children of God. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verses 12 through 18. If we suffer, we shall also reign with him. If we deny him, he also will deny us. If we believe not, yet he abideth faithful. He cannot deny himself. Of these things put them in remembrance, charging them before the Lord, that they strive not about words to no profit, but to the subverting of the hearers. Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. But shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness, and their word will eat as doth a canker. Of whom is Hymenaeus and Philetus, who concerning the truth have erred, saying that the resurrection is past already, and overthrow the faith of some. In other words, get on your job. Let's be about our Father's business. I pray ye be not deceived.